Right, hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am Extra. I started competing in late February of last year. I played a bit of Brawl Wi-Fi, but never got that seriously into it. I'm currently third on the Victorian Power Rankings, so I'm considered third best player in the state, and I'm probably top 10 in Australia. So I want to make a few videos on improvement and sort of how to improve, because I feel like a lot of players don't really know how they should get better or what they really need to do to get better, or haven't thought in depth about those kind of things. So first of all, I want to talk about improving versus catching up, because a lot of people say, yeah, I want to improve, but when you say you want to improve, is that, oh, I just want to get better. I want to go to SAS and play a few games, and I want to just have fun and gradually get better and just sort of be chill about it? Or do you see those players who are placing top 8 who are winning, and do you want to be as good as them? Do you think, I really, really want to beat those guys? I want to be right at the top. And not everybody does want to be right at the top. I personally, I love playing this game when both players are just playing really well and just trying their best. That's what I find fun. And a lot of people just find socializing fun. A lot of people just like, I don't know, they don't take it as seriously, and you don't need to take it as seriously. But assuming you do want to take it seriously, then you have to start thinking about it not as improving, but you have to want to catch up. And if you want to catch up, then you have to be putting in more effort than the top players. Because if you're not putting in more effort than them, then you're never going to catch up. You're going to keep improving, but those top players are also going to keep improving, and you'll never get to their level because you'll always be one step behind them. So if you think about how much you're playing now and how you're playing now, let's say you go on Full Glory a few times a week and you play for, I don't know, half an hour, and then you go to Smash at Swanston and you win a few games and you lose a few games, and that's it. That's the extent of your practice. And if you want to be at the level of, say, me or Earl or Ignis, then are you really doing what you need to do to get to that level? Because if you're just messing around on For Glory, then you're not going to improve by that much unless you just grind it out and play for hours a day. Then you might get better, but you also might just pick up some bad habits and so on. And yeah, so what you need to do is you need to start thinking about how you learn. And alright, let's say you've thought about this and you've said, okay, I want to catch up. Then my next question that I'd ask you is, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong that you need to improve on? And if you don't know what you're doing wrong, then how do you expect to get better? And this is where I feel like a lot of people struggle, because they come in and they play and they lose and they say, I don't know why I lost. Or, well, they don't say that necessarily, but they don't even think about why they lost. And if you're not sort of thinking about where you need to improve on, or you don't know that, then how do you plan on getting better? So what you need to do is you need to identify how you can find out what you're doing wrong. And the most obvious one of the ways that you can do this is just play people who are better than you. And when you just like lose and lose and lose over and over, then you're going to figure out, I'm doing something wrong, or you're going to figure out like the ways in which you're losing eventually. And if you can't, then just ask the person you're playing, why are you beating me? What are you like? What are you taking advantage of? What do you think I'm weak in? And hopefully you can figure it out aside from that. But one thing that I really stress as important is that you just really need to save replays. Save replays of your games, or get some recording of your games and just watch that over and over and over. Because if you can't figure out what you're doing wrong just by playing the game, then it's just really good to look at it from an outside perspective. When you're not playing, but you're watching yourself, at least for me, I often find myself thinking, wow, I could be doing so much better. I could have done this in this situation, or I can tell that I just flubbed in this situation, or I misread the opponent. Why did I misread the opponent? And so on and so on. I find that it's really obvious. Stuff to look out for can be like roll habits, for example, or approaching the same way. Just, you have to take mental notes. You have to say, okay, in this situation, I approached in this way. Like, say, I ran in and I jumped and forward aired with whoever I'm playing. And in another situation, if you run in and jump and forward air and your opponent catches you out for it, then that's something you have to look at. That's something you have to say, okay, I got predictable here. I need to think about what I can do. And to figure out what you can do or how you can improve, another step that you have to take is you just have to watch videos. If you're not watching videos, you're doing it wrong. And watching videos of people who are so much better than you can help you so much, because you realize when you watch, say, you watch a video of yourself playing, you watch a replay, and then you watch a video of a top player playing your character, you can just see, wow, my movement compared to this person, or my mind games compared to this person are so weak, or my decision making, or my approach options, and so on. So if you don't know who is the best at playing your character, you probably know, but if you don't know, then just look that up and watch their videos. Because if you're not watching them, then you can't tell what you yourself are doing wrong. And one of the ways in which you have to sort of get used to improving is to watch videos of yourself, then watch videos of someone else, and say, okay, they do this. It can be something really simple, like how they approach, or just anything like when they shield, what do they do? Do they drop their shield? Do they roll in, or do they jump out of shield as an approach option, or whatever? It doesn't really matter. But you have to look at what they're doing and then just say to yourself, okay, when I play next time, I am going to try and do what this person is doing. Because there's no point in trying to just go off and do your own thing when someone else is doing something else and it's going to be so much better than what you're doing. So basically, long and short of it is, you want to watch other people play. You want to see what they do. You want to watch videos of yourself. You want to take notes of what you do in certain situations that you could really improve on. That, like, if you're predictable in any way, if you roll backwards a lot, if you do the same thing when you're approaching, and so on. And you want to just improve on that, because knowing what you're doing wrong and improving on that is the first step to really stepping up your gameplay and getting better. And yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in this first video. I'll probably make a few more, because there are a few other topics that I can talk on that just hopefully go into ways that you can improve, or ways to think about the game in ways that are hopefully just relatable to you. Like, I just want to keep this simple and try and get people to think about the game and just get better, because the game's just really fun when everyone's just playing really, really well. So yeah, alright, thanks for watching.